Hello, community. How are you? Janine Macklin here, transformational speaker, wealth guide, and catalyst. And I'm hopping on here with some information, some insights as we go through an incredible time on the planet. Boy, 2020 kicked in, right? With a bang. We're still trying to catch our breath. First, we got kicked, bam, with COVID. And now we got kicked again, bam, with the virus. And yet, in spite of all the news, there's still more of us, at least in the United States, that's healthy than we would really maybe think. So what I'm doing today is letting you know of some other bigger principles that could be impacting your life, the decisions that you make, and more importantly, what you see showing up in your life. Because we have a tendency to think that we're all that there is. We have a tendency to think that our world and everything kind of revolves around us and that's it. And we limit the power we have because we really don't know. No one taught me about my power. Did they teach you? So one of the things that I've been talking about are the laws of the universe. I want you to at least know their laws of and in the universe. Then you get to decide if you're going to live by them, follow them, or even honor them. It doesn't matter because these laws are going to be happening whether you work with them or not. I'm just saying to you that there are laws of the universe that if you're willing to learn them, know them, if you just become aware of them, it may help you understand some of the things that happen in your life, some of the things that show up in your life. And I know it's weird because you'll be like, well, I didn't want that to show up in my life. I wanted this. Well, in order for this or that to show up in your life, it depends on what you're thinking. Is that better? It would be, right? Walking backwards. It depends on what you're thinking and what you're speaking. And here's the real one, most of your power, what you're feeling. So let's look at that. What's the law I'm talking about? It's the law of cause and effect. For every cause, there's an effect. There's a response. You may not see it because we're not taught to track it. We're not taught to track our thinking and how it may come back to us, or what it may look like. We go through life as if our words don't matter, as if our thinking doesn't matter, saying things to ourselves all the time, thinking things to ourselves all the time. And those very things may be out of alignment with what we want to see showing up in our lives. But because we haven't been taught to connect our thinking and feeling, we haven't been taught to realize we have power. We keep thinking the power's in the man, or the power's in your job, or the power's in your boss, or the power's in the president, or your power's in your boyfriend, your husband, or your power's in whoever's giving you money. And we forget to recognize the powers within each and every one of us. And that is what this law tells us. The law of cause and effect. And I'm using this because when I teach, I want to make sure it all says the same thing. And this law simply says this: nothing happens by chance or outside of universal law. Okay, I'll do it this way for a minute. Nothing happens by chance or outside of universal law. Every action, including thinking is an action. That's why I want you to track some of this thinking you're doing. Every action, including thoughts, has a reaction or a consequence. I.e., when they told us we reap what we sow, that's what they're talking about. But in the midst of all this, I just want you to see some beauty. Look at that. Look at the sky. Look at the green. So in the midst of all this, spring is still happening. Spring has sprung, technically. Okay, so let's get back to business. The power you have. Your power is in your thinking.